Okay, to the left, that is a Japanese maple. It was a coral bark that got too big in the wrong place. Well, 30 years ago when I planted it was okay, but then, it just got too big. So I proceeded to cut it down and to kill it and try to take it out. Unfortunately, this trident maple and the elm, it looks like, maybe there's even other things inside there that grew together. So I had a difficult time with the tractor trying to get this whole thing out. But it's out, and well, I'm going to cut this back so that my transpirational losses somewhat diminish, and then I'll get to it tomorrow. So yeah, I just dug this out, and I'm going to do the really rough cut, and then I'll get back to you tomorrow. Hero, I gotta get to this. Maybe I should have just junked the whole thing, but there's 1, 2, maybe 3 plants in there that I think could be saved. But you're gonna have to kind of cut through all this root off the main elm, not the elm, but the maple. And that's gonna require a lot of effort on my part. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get started. Because this is such a messy job, I'm just going to show you the progress as I get along. First, I'm going to start out with the big root that's kind of tying everything together. But yeah, hopefully you'll see the finished results rather than all the dirty work that I have to go through trying to get to that 2 or 3 plants. I'm making some progress. What's making it difficult is my dead maple side. The roots are dead, so it's very hard. So I have to use the saw, and then the rest of it is green. They're all intertwined. So anyway, I'm having a very difficult time. It's going to be a very slow process. So anyway, I'll go back to work. Okay. I got this clump separated. I call it a clump because there's 2, maybe even 3 trees in there, tridents. And then I still got trident and an elm in there. So I'll go ahead and see what I could do with those. Yesterday I was trying to take this apart with the tractor. You see the size of this thing here? And look at this root. It's so big. That's why I couldn't get it apart. And I'm still having a problem, but I think I'm halfway there. Okay, what I've got is 3. So I have 3 now, 2 trident maples and 1 elm. I guess the elm must have been a seed that flew out from behind my house to the front. The tridents, well, remember Uncle Taka's big tree? It kept dropping things all over the place, so that's where I got these. So what am I going to do now is I'm going to soak these in water. I think I pushed this to the limit. It's looking wilty, and I think it'll do better if I put it in water. Maybe a little bit Super Thrive, and then get it perked up, and then pot it up. That will happen either this afternoon or tomorrow. So anyway, this is going to turn into a 3-day project. But anyway, I'll get back to you. Okay, took longer than I thought. I cut a lot of the bigger roots because there was sufficient amount of root hair so that in the future this will fit into a smaller bonsai pot. If I had put it in a much bigger container, right, then in the future we're going to have to look for a very big bonsai pot. So it's better to lose this material now than to go ahead and put in a big pot, and then when we try to reduce it later, after you have like 3-4 years of work into it, you end up losing that. So that's the theory behind that. So one idea is in the future, cut it across here, and then maybe cut it so that it's about like this, or up here. And then they have some tremendous root flare that's covered up for stability now. But it also could be this gets strong and then cut across here, and this side get removed. Or it might be a double trunk. So there's plenty of project for the future, but we don't have to make that kind of decision right now. So this one I tilt a little bit, and I was thinking of cutting it off here, and then this being the new apex go up there somehow. This also had a very good root flare. Okay, this is the Chinese elm. How I ended up out there, I have no idea. There's a big tree in the back, so maybe the seed flew over and started. But anyway, so these are the 3 that I got. And now these are going to go into a very well protected area because it has no foliage. Well, I was trying to see if I could save the foliage, but it got dry too long, and it was either total defoliation or try to get it to recover with the leaves. Well, the leaves were more or less damaged, so I proceeded to take everything off. And a lot of times the maples, or Chinese elms too, defoliation doesn't hurt it. Actually, it comes back. So that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so I'm going to put these in fairly deep shade, water regularly, not overwater because it doesn't really need it without the foliage. But hopefully by fall, I'll know for sure if it made it or not. Hopefully, if it starts to look interesting, I'll shoot it again. So this is Hiro saying goodbye. I'm in the middle of June. It's going to be 100 plus again today, and then it's going to cool down tomorrow and the day after. Well, anyway, crazy weather, but we got to deal with it. Okay, see you again real soon in another chapter. So these were 2 tridents and a Chinese elm.